The second part of the Elseworlds Arrowverse crossover event takes place primarily in Gotham City. The episode confirms that Batman is a character and introduces a very major Bat Family character in Batwoman. However, that was not the first episode to introduce a Batman character. In this video, I will go over every single Batman character who has appeared in the Arrowverse. Also, on top of that, I will tell you guys whether or not I think that character has met Batman in the past in this continuity. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Floyd Lawton, aka DEADSHOT. DEADSHOT is a mercenary and sometime Batman villain. Although he has strayed away from Batman recently, he's more of a Suicide Squad character than a Batman villain, but he definitely is a Batman villain. DEADSHOT debuted in Arrow Season 1, Episode 3, and he had a recurring role in the first 3 seasons of Arrow before he was killed off in Season 3. He was actually killed off to make way for the Suicide Squad movie. The Warner Brothers just didn't allow Arrow to use DEADSHOT, which is a stupid decision. But whether or not DEADSHOT actually met Batman in this universe, we actually haven't seen it. Obviously, nothing has been mentioned either, but it is left open for the fact that DEADSHOT probably has met Batman in the past. Considering he is dead at this point, it would be kind of a missed opportunity if he hasn't before. Helena Bertinelli, aka Huntress. The Huntress is a member of the Bat Family, sometimes even the daughter of Batman, named Helena Wayne, although that is only on like Earth 2 or something like that, but she definitely is a Batman character. On Arrow, she appeared in Arrow Season 1, Episode 7 as a villain for the most part. In the first 2 seasons of Arrow, she had a sort of a recurring role, but then she disappeared. In terms of whether or not she actually has met Batman in the past, before we met her, definitely not. After we met her, it's definitely possible, but we have not been told anything that would hint towards that, and she's not really a character that 100% needs to meet Batman in this universe, as opposed to a couple other characters in this video. Garfield Lynns, aka Firefly. Garfield is kind of a B or even C-list member of the Batman Rogues Gallery, although in the Arrowverse, he definitely is not a member of that Rogues Gallery. He debuted in Arrow Season 1, Episode 10, and died in Arrow Season 1, Episode 10, so he definitely has not met Batman in the past, unless for some reason Garfield Lynns, before he became Firefly, met Bruce Wayne, but in terms of being a villain to Batman, definitely not. Slade Wilson, aka Deathstroke. So it's no secret, but Slade is more of a Teen Titans villain than anything, but I also think he's more of a Batman villain than he is a Green Arrow villain, so I will include him in this video. Slade debuted in Arrow Season 1, Episode 13 in a flashback, and then Deathstroke debuted in Season 2, Episode 9 in the present day. In terms of whether or not he's met Batman in the past, I think in this timeline of Arrow, he definitely hasn't, although after his departure from Arrow in Season 6, although Batman is missing currently, once Batman returns from wherever he is, it is definitely possible for Deathstroke and Batman to come to blows. Ben Turner, aka Bronze Tiger. In the comics, Ben Turner is actually more of a hero than he is a villain. Although he has been a criminal in the past, he is usually trying to reform his ways. He's kind of friends with Batman at times. They don't really face off most of the time, but in Arrow, he debuted in Arrow Season 2, Episode 9 as a fully fledged villain, all the way until Arrow Season 7, where he did have a redemption arc in the 7th episode of Season 7, and I could definitely see him becoming the hero he is in the comics, or at least the anti-hero. In terms of whether or not he's come to blows with Batman, or at least met Batman in the past, it is definitely possible, as he is kind of a mercenary for hire in Season 2, so it's definitely possible somebody hired him to fight Batman or to commit some crime and kill someone in Gotham City. It's also possible for him to become kind of friends with Batman after this point, like they are in the comics. Anatoly Knyazev, aka the KG Beast, a fully fledged Batman villain. I doubt in the comics any superhero outside of the Bat Family has actually faced off against him in the past, although in the Arrowverse, he was borrowed for Oliver Queen. He debuted in a flashback in Season 2, Episode 4, and then debuted in the present day in Season 2, Episode 6. We didn't actually learn he was the KG Beast before until Season 7, so it's definitely possible that as his time in the KGB, as the KG Beast years ago, he faced off against Batman. The GHULS. Ra's al Ghul is one of Batman's greatest villains and probably the most prominent Batman character to debut in the Arrowverse, although ironically he's actually not the most popular of the Al Ghuls in the Arrowverse. I would say Nyssa Al Ghul is far more beloved, which is ironic because in the comics Raisha and Talia are much more popular and famous characters. In the Arrowverse, Nyssa debuted in Arrow Season 2, Episode 13, Raisha Al Ghul debuted in Arrow Season 3, Episode 4, Talia Al Ghul debuted in Legend of Tomorrow Season 1, Episode 9 as a kid, but as an adult in Arrow Season 5, Episode 12, way after the other two Al Ghuls. In terms of whether or not these three have met up with Batman in the past, well, considering Ra's is dead at this point, it would be a huge missed opportunity if he hasn't. Talia Al Ghul in the comics is the mother of Damian Wayne, and Batman is the father, although in the Arrowverse, I doubt that has happened yet. It is possible for that to happen in the future, as Talia and Batman are both still alive. Talia has actually recently mentioned that she has an old friend in Gotham City, although she said that sarcastically, as that old friend did send her to prison. It's possible that she went to Gotham City to meet up with Batman, but she didn't find him there, considering Batman is not in Gotham and has not been for the last 3 years. It's possible that she met up with Batwoman instead, and they came to blows. Batwoman sent her to Slabside Redemption, but I would say this is solid evidence that Talia Al Ghul has met Batman in the past, meaning Ra's al Ghul has probably as well. Harleen Quinzel, aka Harley Quinn. So I did say that Ra's al Ghul is the most prominent member of the Bat family / Bat Rogues Gallery that has appeared in the Arrowverse, and I do think that is true. I don't think Harley Quinn is as important as Ra's al Ghul, but Harley Quinn is definitely the most popular. Harley Quinn appeared in Arrow Season 2, Episode 16 as a cameo. We didn't see her face. She wasn't even named, but it's pretty clear this is Harley Quinn. In fact, I'm pretty sure it was confirmed by somebody behind the show that this was supposed to be Harley Quinn. She was supposed to have a role in Season 3, but because of the movie, just like with DEADSHOT, she was not set to appear anymore. Harley Quinn, in terms of whether or not she's met with Batman, I think that yes, just because Harley Quinn as a character cannot exist without the Joker, and the Joker cannot exist without the Batman. Lonnie Machin, aka Anarky. Anarky is a minor Batman villain, but a Batman villain nonetheless, who debuted in Arrow Season 4, Episode 2. Now, Anarky from Arrow is basically nothing like the Anarky from the comics. He doesn't dress the same. He's not really obsessed with Anarky either, and he was kind of more of an anti-hero than he was a villain. In terms of whether or not he's met with Batman in the past, considering he became Anarky in Arrow Season 4, Batman actually disappeared before that, so he definitely has not. Prometheus. In the comics, Prometheus is nothing like how he is on Arrow. In the comics, he's actually the antithesis to Batman. Instead of his parents being murdered by criminals and him swearing to make sure that no kid or person ever has to feel the way he has again, his parents were murdered by cops, and he swears revenge on all justice. Obviously, that includes the Justice League. Now, he is more of a Justice League villain than a Batman villain, but I'm including him on this video because he is the basic antithesis to Batman, so he is definitely, I would consider, a Batman character. Although he's actually kind of more of a Green Arrow villain than a Batman villain, it's fine. He is definitely connected to Batman. He debuted on Arrow Season 5, Episode 1, and he was the main villain of Season 5, although again, he was not actually the same character, as in the comics he is unnamed, while here he is Simon Morrison. It's definitely possible for his name to be Simon Morrison in the comics, but really as of right now, the only name they share, and really the only similarity they share, is the name Prometheus and also the seeking of revenge. But considering the fact that Prometheus became Prometheus in the beginning of Season 5 and then died at the end, and he was solely focused on Oliver Queen, he 100% has not met Batman in the past. Kate Kane, aka Batwoman. A very significant member of the Bat family and the cousin of Bruce Wayne, as she is in the Arrowverse. She is probably the only hero in this video in the comics that is also a hero on the show. She debuted fully in Arrow Season 7, Episode 9, although she kind of debuted in The Flash, Season 5, Episode 9. Batwoman has met Batman in the past, as mentioned in the episode that inspired this video, Elseworlds Part 2. She is the cousin of Bruce Wayne. She has met Bruce Wayne, and she was definitely inspired by Batman to become Batwoman. She will have her own TV show later this year around October, as the Batwoman pilot has officially been ordered. Nora Freeze. So Nora Freeze is the wife of Mr. Freeze, as well as like the 4th significant character in the Arrowverse to be named NORA. But Nora Freeze has debuted in Arrow Season 7, Episode 9, and she is a pretty significant character to the Batman mythos just because she made Mr. Freeze, one of Batman's greatest villains, a good villain, so she is definitely worth a mention in this video. Whether or not Nora has met Batman, I do think that it's probable that she has. If she hasn't, it's only because she was frozen during their actual encounters. So this video will end pretty anticlimactically with two characters who are Batman characters who have appeared, but not really. Those characters are the Trigger Twins. So Trigger Twins are Batman villains, and in the Arrowverse, they aren't really. They really are just Elseworlds versions of Oliver Queen and Barry Allen. When Dr. John Deegan changed reality yet again, they were changed into the Trigger Twins, and they debuted in Supergirl Season 4, Episode 9, but if you count the actual characters, they debuted in Arrow Season 1, Episode 1 for Oliver Queen, and Arrow Season 2, Episode 8 for Barry Allen. And I don't really think I need to go over whether or not these two characters have met Batman in the past, although it would be awesome if they did, not as the Trigger Twins though, but as Green Arrow and the Flash. So, those are all the characters who have appeared in the Arrowverse so far that can be considered Batman characters. Now, I do think this number will go way up once the Batwoman TV show comes around later this year, but as for now, it's just these characters. Also, Batman has yet to appear. A crap ton of Batman villains who have been mentioned have yet to appear, and I'm sure a lot of them will appear in the future. But anyway, if you like this video, don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe. And if I forgot any characters, leave a comment in the comments down below about who it was. And as always, thanks for watching.